What is happening? We are... Ooh, that's like a rookie mistake right there, right? We got the computer going as my monitor. Whew. What's today? Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. We are live streaming with the... Let me just open the chat here real quick. All right, so I am live streaming on my new... all these things are going off. Let me just shut all these things off because they become disruptive. And we'll get some time for some people in. Sorry I had to up the time. I was going to go on at 6, but I need to drive about a half an hour out, heading to a Marshall's, and I need to get some dinners. So a couple of things I want to talk about before I start asking questions, but if you're new here, and let's see, smash the like button. If you're new here, let me introduce myself. I'm your boy Richie Hustles, and I sell on Amazon, and I sell a little bit on Mercari, a little bit on Facebook, and I am your everyday modern day entrepreneur, I like to call it, and I try to make money running a solid Amazon FBA business. And what I do is I do a little bit of retail arbitrage. I do a little bit of wholesale, well, a lot of bit of wholesale, which is the bulk of my business. But because we're in Q4, a lot of my time has been geared towards RA. So we've been trying to crank out some content. A lot of the clearance aisles in these Walmarts and stores have been kind of like, meh, right? But that's expected. You know, we're in Q4. Stores aren't going to clearance things right now. It's top buying season. They're going to have Black Friday deals on specific items. And what I like to do is on Fridays, I like to jump on here. I call it the Hustleaholics Hangout. It's the Friday night hangout where I answer any of your questions. I do have a little bit of a different setup today. I am recording. I got listen, I'm Team Samsung all day. But it was pointed out to me, shout out to RG Slots Wins, that the iPhone actually does stream live a little better and a little smoother. And that's what I like. I like quality. You know, I don't want things to be glitchy, or I want things to be as clear as possible. So what I was doing is I do have 2 phones. I have one for one Amazon account, one for my main Amazon account. So my Samsung is my main phone, and I'm recording live right now on the new iPhone 12 Pro Max. So how do we look? We're looking good. We're looking brisk. We're looking fresh. And if you have questions, drop them down in the comments. I always say comments, but in the chat, really, right? Because when we're live, your comments are in the chat. I have my computer to the left of me, which I'm able to see, so I don't have to keep doing this, you know, like in the past. I would do this all the time on the phone and try to answer it. I have it right here so I can see it clear as day. So if I'm not looking directly at the camera all the time, we're just trying to figure different things out. So drop your questions in the chat. I want to talk real quick while you guys are asking your questions, or asking whatever you'd like. You can ask about Amazon. You can ask about me. You can ask about my weekend. You can ask anything. This is a chill, casual hangout that I like to connect with all of my YouTube subscribers and anybody else that is out there. Before I jump into some questions, I do want to talk about a couple things. I haven't mentioned it much, but I did start a second YouTube channel that has 0 videos on it right now. But I have 35 subscribers on there. The link is in the description below if you're interested. I'll tell you a little bit of what we're going to do there. So this channel is basically Walmart, Target, hustling, Amazon, reselling, all that good stuff. I might even start doing interviews every occasional Friday night hangout. We're going to do something a little different. So it's going to be questions, but we might have a guest on. So that way I can talk with them and we can both answer your questions, because there's always somebody out there that's going to know better than me. You know, I'm not too proud to say I don't know everything. I've been reselling for 3 years, and it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey, and I'm super happy to be here, and I'm super happy that you're here. So this second channel is going to be geared towards, I've always tried to throw in like like Funko Pops and like comic books and things that I love. So some of my passions are collecting. I collect comics, I collect Funkos, and as of lately, I've gotten back into the Pokemon card game. And the only reason why I've gotten into the Pokemon card game is because I found a stash. If you follow me on IG, I've found a stash of a ton of holos, first edition hologram cards. I found 2 Charizard base unlimited, which are, you know, PSA 10, $15,000 a piece. Now, I took a look at them. I don't think they'll hit PSA 10. I think they'll be a 9, and maybe one will be an 8. They're so old. They used to be my brother's. Now I found them in my basement, and I sent them in for grading, so we'll see what they come back. I have a ton of comic books upstairs that I had graded, a lot of gems. We've got $1, $2, $3, $5,000 comic books that I want to share with you. And on this channel, it's just, you know, I want to give you, when you're on this channel, I want to give you exactly what you came for. When you're on this Richie Hustles channel, you came for the deals, the hustle, to make millions. You came here to chill, to hang out, to ask, to, you know, Walmart, TJ Maxx, Target, Home Goods, everywhere. So that's going to be on the other channel called Hustleaholics. And Hustleaholics is basically going to be a channel that's geared to everything hustle. We're going to move the Funko Flips over to the Hustleaholics channel. We're going to move the comic books. I got so many things coming on. Shout out to PokeRev. I've been watching him. If you know PokeRev, this guy is a beast with trading cards in general. Mostly Pokemon right now, but he dives into others, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're talking like thousands, tens of $1,000s worth of collectibles. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I hope to bring you a few videos coming up soon. With that out of the way, let's get into answering some questions. Let me see in the chat here who we got. We'll start from the beginning. I just thought we'd make millions. Absolutely. Logan, how you doing? Hustle Hangout, let's go. C. Jones says, yo, Richie. Been waiting all week for this. I appreciate that, Logan. I enjoy these lives. I really do. I really do. Team iPhone. No. Team Samsung. But we are on the iPhone right now. And it looks pretty clear. It looks pretty crisp. And I'm looking on my computer. It looks pretty good. So live streaming. Shout out to the iPhone for live streaming. You're almost too clear. Let's see. Brian D'Souza, how you doing? Target regular price items have been killing it Q4. Yes. So it's funny you say that because Target clearance has been crap. But Target full price, Brian's absolutely right. Target full price has actually absolutely been killing it. If you remember, I was buying full priced Sonic the Hedgehog figures, Pokemon 3-pack figures, Legos. I was buying a lot of things full price, VTech items, and those things are just in demand right now. With everybody wanting to stay home, those things are in demand. Full price items at Target, but the clearance at Target is trash. Let's see, dude. I want to be your first guest. Michael Kelly, Richie, what do you think of a model of buying items at full price, no clearance, and selling while Amazon is out of stock? I use Keeper to find out of stocks. So that depends on, right? So we want to make sure Amazon generally, right? Because there's always exceptions to the rule. We always want to make sure Amazon is either not on the listing or is not on the listing frequently. I have to say, there's been some times where Amazon has been on the listing and they've come on the listing higher than my price. And I actually have to raise my price to make sure I'm not missing out on profit. But if you're going to sell on Amazon, you want to make sure when you're looking at the Keeper graph, right? Not only did Amazon sell out, because listen, Amazon is a beast and Amazon's not stupid. If there is a big seller and Amazon knows it, you have to look at the Keeper to see how often Amazon's on it. For instance, I won't really buy a product that Amazon is consistently on unless the Amazon price you can still make profit with. Because let's face it, if Amazon's been on the listing consistently for the past 90 days and you hop on that listing, chances of Amazon selling out, I mean, you could take a chance and maybe they'll sell out for that day and you'll clear out 20, 30, 40 units, maybe, but I wouldn't chance it. Let's see. This is the clearest video yet. Good. I am glad. I am glad. I'm going to be selling the iPhone 10. I'm glad I upgraded to the Pro Max. I also noticed on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, when I'm out like tomorrow and Sunday doing my lives, the reason why I never did it with the iPhone 10 was because it didn't have that built-in stabilization. And last week when I switched off between Samsung and iPhone, the differences I found was that the Samsung, to me, came in good. It was a little choppy, but it stayed stable. At least as stable as it could, right? Because I'm walking with it. But when I switched to the iPhone 10, it was a smoother live stream, but it was very jumpy. You know, jumpy. I remember somebody in the comments was like, "I feel nauseous watching," and I was like, "I feel nauseous watching too." So that's a good thing with the 12. We're gonna try it out tomorrow and Sunday, see how good the stabilization really is on the live stream. Let's see, finders keepers. Hey Richie, I'm from Belize. Belize, how you doing, Ann from Belize? Thomas Milbeck says, is Monopoly going to be hot? So Monopoly kind of was hot. So I released a video, I think it was my last video, where I was picking up the Bob's Burgers and the Golden Girls. You have to understand, I need to remind everybody, and maybe I should start saying it at the beginning of my videos, is when I release a video, it's usually 2-3 weeks behind, you know what I mean? Or ahead, I should say, or behind, yeah. If I release a video today, it's going to be from something 3 weeks ago, sometimes even a month. And that's simply because while I'm trying to show you the process, and I'm trying to give you ideas of what to sell, some products are going to tank. And if you're not on that product right away, when it's hot, like right now, those same Monopoly sets, I wouldn't pick up right now because I bought them for about 20 bucks. I was selling them for no less than 41, and I was making $10 profit. Now, they're trending around 36, 35, and they keep going lower and lower, so I wouldn't buy it because now I'm only going to make $3-4 bucks, okay? Now, you could hold out and wait, but I don't know. Like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods, I'm not a fan of any of their holiday and Christmas toys. It's all recyclable toys from last year. There is nothing really that new. They don't have a lot of stock. I haven't even seen any of the luxury Monopolies that I used to push for upwards of almost 200 bucks. I would buy them for 100, and I'd make about a $60 profit on these, and they would sell instantly. Haven't seen any Monopoly Deluxe luxury editions. You know, it just seems like it's the same crap. And it's a little disappointing, and I know it's because of what's going on and everything, but, you know, honestly, at the end of the day, when I go into Marshall's, TJ Maxx, I'm really looking in the clearance clothing section. So I'm looking in men's clearance. I'm looking in boys clearance. I don't really tend to go in the ladies clearance just because, I don't know. I just don't do it. Maybe I should, but I don't. And I've been killing it with like Under Armour, stuff like that. So, you know, sometimes when you just go to Walmart or Target, you're competing with the rest of the country, you know, because everybody's getting the same markdown. And now the listing that had 11 sellers on it now has 111 sellers. And then the price tanks. Let's see. This is helpful. I started our YouTube channel. You inspire me. I would really be humbled if you check me. All right. Let's see. It said we could show that. That's no problem. Honey, you've checked out my videos. Yeah, J-Wack. You know, I'll check out those videos. Absolutely. I'll check them out this week and I'll let you know. Nikki BB channel says, are you ready to do Christmas items yet? Typically, I stay away from seasonal items. And I'll tell you why. Last year, I did a lot of seasonal items with Ray Dunn. I did Easter, I did the Christmas, I did fall. I was doing all this stuff because it was looking like crazy returns, right? But now you're on a limited time, and I was stuck. I still got stuff in my garage, seasonal crap, in my garage from 2 years ago that I can't even push for $10. You know what I mean? So I tend to stay away. If you're asking about, are you ready to do Christmas items yet? I tend to stay away from seasonal products. So if that's what you're asking, that's what I do. C. Jones says, I just discovered you a few days ago and I've been binge watching every day and taking notes. I want to start hustling as soon as I get home in about 1 week. C. Jones, man, thank you so much for checking out my channel. It means so much to me. I really appreciate you being here. And absolutely, as soon as you are home in your week, you start. That's the first step. You got to start. You know, sign up for that account if you haven't already, and get used to the system. And definitely check out a lot of the lives. My past Q&As have been pretty informative. So if you have a question, maybe somebody else has asked, definitely watch the past Q&A lives. There's probably about, I think there's about 3 of them, maybe 4 of them now. But that's why I like to do this every week, because there are always new people subscribing. And I appreciate everybody that's been here from day one. And I appreciate all the new people that are coming here, because you guys all bring new and fun questions. So C. Jones, thanks for being here. Mr. Logan says, why don't you use Inventory Lab? I have carried the expense for months just for Scoutify, but actually started, wait, what happened? But actually started using Inventory Lab for accounting, listing, and creating shipments. It's super helpful. Sure, so I don't use Inventory Lab because I use, for my bookkeeping, I use my GoDaddy bookkeeping. I know it's an additional cost, right? Because a lot of things are in Inventory Lab. But the GoDaddy bookkeeping also integrates into Amazon like IL, but it also integrates my business account, it integrates PayPal, it integrates a couple of other things that Inventory Lab cannot do. So I have it all in one. And I just have always, to tell you the truth, I don't know why. I feel like it's an extra step. So let me tell you how I source. And shout out to everybody that's just joining this live. Before I answer this question, thank you all for being here on this Friday night hustle hangout. I appreciate everybody joining this live. Smash that like button so you can help get this live out to other people who want to ask questions about their hustle or my hustle. I appreciate you smashing the like. So back to this. So I've always had Inventory Lab. And when I've sourced books, I've used Inventory Lab. I have a scanner that I plug into my computer, and I would scan the books. Super quick, super efficient, but I could never get it to print labels correctly. And not only that, and the reason why, like, when I'm out scanning books, I don't typically like to list books. You know what I mean? I don't list books right away. When I'm doing RA, I'm scanning it with the Amazon app, right? And then a lot of times I'm scanning it with the Walmart app. And then I'm scanning it with the Scoutify app. And then I'm looking at Keepa. And then I'm going back to the Amazon seller app. And then I make a decision as to what I want to buy. It's like a process, right? And then after, say, I want to buy it, honestly, I just list it right there. Right in the store, I list it as new in my Amazon seller app. Now, that way, when I get home, all my items are in my inventory. So I just have to go into Seller Central. I select everything. Boom. I could print out all the labels. I could do everything right from Seller Central. Now, with Inventory Lab, if I'm already scanning it at the store, I take it home and I just have to rescan everything. To me, I'm losing time. You know what I mean? It's just the way I like to do it. I'm not saying it's the right way. I'm not saying it's the wrong way. It's just what I'm comfortable doing. And I think when I get to a certain level of production, like if I have a warehouse and I'm getting pallets of shipments that are coming in, you know, I'm definitely going to want a wireless scanner, Inventory Lab, and honestly, those items haven't been scanned by me, and I'm going to want to scan those into inventory. So I'm going to be like, beep, 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 beep. You know, to me, that makes more sense. Now, back to books. I don't list, when I'm going out to libraries, I scan books with the Amazon seller app, but I don't list it because when I do books, I want to be quick because there's so many books. So many books. I just want to be like, boom, okay, I'm buying it. Boom, okay, I'm buying it. Boom, okay, I'm buying it. When I get home, what I would do, or what I used to do, is I would stack all the books up, cover side down, so you could see the barcode on the bottom, and I would just be like, boop, 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 and I would just bang them all out. And to me, inventory was useful. Then, you know, I'm going to have to be at that point again with the books because I'm going to hit up some libraries this weekend, and I'm going to plan to pick up a bunch of books. So that's why I don't necessarily use Inventory Lab for accounting and listing, because I feel like when I'm out doing retail arbitrage, I feel like I'm just scanning items twice, 2, 3 times. It just, you know what I mean? It's just the way I've done it from the beginning. I think I have to have an absolute ton of product that hasn't been scanned into Seller Central yet. And then I think Inventory Lab will be beneficial to me. But right now, I mean, I think just paying that 50, like you said in your comment, just to have that Scoutify 2 app to me is beneficial, and I'm comfortable with that. And I've been a member of Inventory Lab for a little over 2 years now. Hope that answered the question. Let's see. Michael says, I've been trying to merchant fulfill sell units when Amazon is out of stock and going to buy those items after the sale. Okay. Yeah, I honestly, I haven't been doing too much merchant fulfilled in general. I don't know if it's just because the type of products that I'm selling right now compared to last year, or if I'm just not getting the right products to make enough profit to merchant fulfill these. If you can recommend one video for very basic beginners, I would appreciate it. Okay, sure. We'll talk. Brian says, are you full-time yet? You mentioned before that your job, if work from home now because of COVID, if it goes back to normal, do you think you might be back? So, very good question, Brian. If you want to know the answer to that, and I'll tell you why on this question, if you really want to know the answer to that, DM me on my IG. I'm happy to explain my thought process. And I only say that because there are people that found out about my YouTube channel, that found out about stuff, and I could potentially get into a problem if I speak about, if I say I'm going to leave, they could say, oh, well, you said you were going to leave, and they could just get rid. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of conflict. So shoot me an IG DM, and I'm happy to answer that question for you. Let's see. When you mean wholesale, do you buy from a distributor in the US or China? All from the US right now. There is one China distributor I was working with, but I haven't ordered from them in a while. There is one product I do order from China, but they've gone up on their shipping. So I haven't ordered from them yet because the item is now marginally smaller in profit. So right now I'm working with a bunch of US distributors, and I actually just got 2 other big distributors, which I was super pumped. I picked up the phone. I called these people that were not getting back to me in email. I spoke to the guy, the rep, and we talked, and we were able to set up an account. And now I'm going to be able to sell and purchase all the Magic the Gathering booster packs, booster boxes, all these sets, the Pokemon training decks, booster boxes. We're talking like all the, these trainer boxes that you see $40, $50, $60, I'm able to buy for well under cost. I'll tell you that. It's unbelievable. I'm pretty pumped because a lot of these items can be locally sold as well. Card games are back. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, they're all coming back, and they're all super hot and hard to get to. But I have a couple distributors that I'm able to buy from, and I feel blessed because I think this is a different direction for me. COVID kind of... So let me give you a little history. When I first started, I started out in books. Books. Ton of books. Thousands of books a week. Like books, volume, okay? And then when I got to it, made a certain amount of money, I dipped into RA. I've always loved collecting. I've always loved toys and games and stuff, right? And that's what I got into. Retail arbitrage was mostly... toys, games, collectibles, and whatnot. That's what I know. That's what I started with. Then COVID came and just really screwed everybody, with especially the Amazon businesses. A lot of people couldn't sell certain things. They weren't accepting FBAs. I mean, it left a lot of people high and dry. But I didn't complain about it. I might have complained to myself for like 5 minutes. I said, I need to figure out what to sell. What do people want and need? Well, household and health and beauty were the top. I mean, besides grocery, pet food, but I didn't get into that. Household and beauty, health and wellness, the top for COVID, right? Nobody wants to go out, but everybody wants to stay healthy. Cleaning products, all that stuff. It opened up a whole new world. And like when I tell you over the summer, because distributors were high and dry, out of stock, I was sitting here thinking, what the heck am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't get any product. I can't send toys in. I can't get my hands on cleaner products. What do? Well, I went around. I remember there was one day I went to 17 Targets that had this one product that nobody was buying that was super flyer, super high flyer. We're talking buying it for $6 and we're selling it for $30. This was it wasn't a multi-spray or a disinfectant. It wasn't a COVID related product like hand sanitizing or antibacterial. It was none of that. People love this product. And I'm telling you right now, I went and I swept every goddamn store. I sold this year with this one product alone, I think I sold about $120,000 worth of this one product alone. And then finally, distributors started to get them in. The point I'm trying to say is, I had to pivot. You know what I mean? I had to pivot. So, wholesale, tying it back to wholesale in the US and distributors, wholesale is great. I'm super excited for the new path I'm going to take. Now that I have a lot of toys and games and card games and everything going in a direction. And I'm trying to slowly move away, but still staying intact with some of the health and wellness and health and beauty stuff, because some of it sells really well. And yeah, I'm excited. But my point was that wholesale, sometimes your distributors run out. You need more distributors, or you need to get out into the field and just buy them in stores. So I kind of rambled on for a little bit there. I get passionate sometimes, you know what I mean? Let's see, ladies clearance is killer. I find so much at Kohl's. Oh my God. I did a video at Kohl's. It's a 10-minute video. That's it. Because it's trash. I found nothing at Kohl's. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. I'll never go back in there again. Kohl's, not for me. Let's see. Do you charge free shipping when you do FBM for the entire US, or do you set up a certain extra shipping charge for states on the West Coast? So I tried to set up separate charges for like California, Nevada, and Arizona. Amazon won't let you. It'll let you change it, but when you go to save it, you can try it. It'll tell you that you have to be consistent. You have to charge the same amount as someone I'm shipping to New York as someone I'm shipping to California. They will not let me charge differently. I do not offer free shipping on merchant fulfilled items. Although I have thought that I should on some products. Let's see. 32 people in the live. Thanks everybody for being here. Salud. Thank you for all the people that are smashers of the like button. Much love. Let's keep it going with the questions. What's up, man? Just got my first FBA shipment into Amazon today. Are they quick to process, or is the 10-day is accurate? Depending on where you sent it to, 10-day might be considered early. Some of these shipments have taken almost 3 weeks, but they have gotten better. I will say that. It's picked up a little bit better. If you guys have noticed a better change in Amazon's FBA shipments, put it down in the chat. Let me know. Are you finding better luck, or are you still finding out you're waiting 2-3 weeks for your items to get checked in? Richie, I get that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem. So you said you do a lot of wholesale. Do you mean that you buy a lot of wholesale and sell it on Amazon, or do you have a separate wholesale business? So my Amazon account is consisted of retail arbitrage and wholesale. My second Amazon account, strictly books. And someone asked me why I separate the two. And it's really just for convenience, to tell you the truth. What I was doing, I was finding I was getting so many books, and I was getting RA. I was doing RA, and I had so many books that when I want to go search through my inventory, if I didn't know the exact name of an item, because let's face it, sometimes you just want to look through and see the picture of it. Maybe you don't have, because a lot of items we sell that we don't necessarily know. I'd have to scroll through hundreds of books, and I'm just like, there's got to be a different way. So then at the time, you had to ask Amazon for permission to open up a second account. I went through the process. I got approved from Amazon. They said it was cool, no problem. They found, I told them why I wanted a second account. They agreed. They said, okay, no problem. And I was able to get a second account. Now, I don't think you need approval, but if you are going to open up a second account or if you have a thought of it, there's really no need for it unless you want to keep products completely separate. For instance, on my main account, I sell 0 books. Now, I can sell books. I just can't sell the same books that I sell on my other Amazon account. So just to keep it simple, I just sell all my books on one account. My main account is retail, arbitrage, and wholesale. Let's see. Funny because Inventory Lab actually made it a lot easier for me to print my labels. Yeah, like when I was doing it, I couldn't figure it out. It kept, every time I scanned an item in, a separate tab would show up on Inventory Lab, and it would show that it wanted to print the label, but I could never format it to print it correctly. I was getting so aggravated. I was like, man, screw this. Colby says, my first 2 shipments took about 2 hours. Man, it was a task. Yeah, listen, and that's part of the grind. Part of the grind. When I first started, like the first 2 years, I was doing labeling. I was doing everything on my own. Now, going into year 3, most of the time I pay Amazon to label and polybag, and it's an extra cost, but I look at it as like I'm hiring another employee. You know what I mean? Because eventually I'm going to hire an employee to do that stuff, right? And I won't have to pay Amazon. I can just shift the cost off to paying somebody. But I'm not going to pay somebody while I'm still working out of my garage. Let's see. Elkin Garcia, what's up, Richie? Going to hit target in like 10 minutes to see if I find some fire. Good for you, Elkin. I hope you come out a winner chicken dinner. Let's see. eBay Addicts in the house. What's up? What's up, eBay Addicts? Guys, if you haven't seen eBay Addicts or if you sell on eBay Addicts, Jeff over at eBay Addicts has a lot of information over on his channel, mostly pertaining to eBay, or if not all to eBay. He's done a lot of interviews with a lot of resellers that are predominantly mostly eBay. Some might do Amazon. He's had me on there. I'm probably going to be doing a bit of a hangout tomorrow with him. Although I know, Jeff, I haven't given you a time yet, but I will tomorrow, because I have to make sure I'm here for you guys for the live hustle. But shout out to eBay Addicts in the building. Wow, that's awesome. I tried and couldn't set different charges. That's why I was asking. Yeah, I tried because I'm like, look, this product that's costing me $5 or $7 to ship to New York is costing me, $14 to ship to California. Can I charge a little more? But they won't. I guess it's like an unfair practice or something. And I get it. You know what I mean? I understand. But let's see. Dan Nabali says, new to Amazon FBA, if you could pick 3 categories to get ungated in first, what would they be? That's a good question. Categories, not brands now, right? What would they be? I've sourced a lot of DVDs, so I'm leaning toward that being one. So if I could pick 3 categories, if I was gated in them, I would definitely want to be ungated in toys. Absolutely. I would also want to be ungated in health, household, and beauty. And I would also want to be ungated. The next one's going to be a hard one because there's a toss-up. I'm newly ungated to DVD and music, so I've picked up a bunch of DVDs, but I haven't explored it to really see its potential yet. But if I was to pick a 3rd category, it would probably, are people gated in books? To me, books is money. Books, health and beauty, and toys. Those would be my first 3 to sell. But I don't even know if you need to be approved in books, because I think majority of the books, you don't need approval. Let's see. I bought a storage unit at auction with 6,000 books in it in August and profit over 6. Yeah, man, good for you. Good for you. I love books. I don't care what anybody says. I still love books. It doesn't even matter. I love books. There's nothing like the profit in books. There's just not. Let's see. How much did you pay for that storage unit for? 150? You pay 150 for that storage unit and you got all that? Good for you, man. Good for you. See, Logan says, give Kohl's another try. Seriously, found so many dinners. I hit 2 Kohl's so far. Just started sourcing them after taking Hustle Buddies Kohl's course. But they were both great. Electronics and clothes. Yeah, I mean, look, I have sourced at Kohl's in the past. But I've only sourced at Kohl's for Black Friday deals, after Black Friday deals, and after Christmas clearance liquidation. And I found some decent stuff during that time. But when I went 2 weeks ago, man, nothing. Nada. It's just not my thing. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm able to sell books, and that has been my focus so far. Yeah, good, good, good. Let's see. Nacer says, hi, what solution do you advise to get reviews? Web app or application? Big up from Paris. All right, Nacer from Paris. How you doing? Thanks for your question. That's still something that I struggle with. I've thought about paying a company to actively send out emails to have people review your things to help your metrics. I understand that's super important, but I have to tell you this. I still struggle with that myself. And I've thought about doing a small campaign to try to bump up my seller reviews to make it even stronger than what it is. And I never really thought about it further, to tell you the truth. I don't know how. I mean, you have to understand, when you pay for these certain type of features, you're paying and entrusting a third-party company to create these emails or messages to send them out to these clients and hopefully get a review. Now, I have tried through BQOOL when I was with them. They had a thing called, I think it was Big Commerce or Big Review or something like that. And I paid them, and honestly, I didn't get much results. So, as far as a recommendation, I'm not sure who to go with that. I just trust the ye old system, and I get my reviews as slow as they come in. But listen, the more products you sell, the more reviews you're likely to get. Do you use a repricer? Yes. So I do use a repricer. I used to use BQOOL for almost 2 years, and then I left them, and I now use ChannelMax. So channelmax.net. There might be a link in the description. I don't know. Might be an affiliate link. Whatever. Click it if you want. If you don't, definitely just check it out at least. And the reason why is BQOOL was for 1,000 SKUs was charging you $35. And it was repricing every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, it would adjust your price to compete. Now, if you wanted a 5-minute repricer, you'd have to get the 10,000 SKUs, SKUs or SKUs, and it was $100 a month for 5-minute repricing. ChannelMax offers up to 5,000 SKUs for $45, and they reprice every 2 to 3 minutes. So I use ChannelMax. I'm still getting used to their systems. It's going pretty well so far. I still like ChannelMax, and that's what I use for a repricer right now. Kohl's is great because it's not national clearance. There are different deals from store to store. Yeah, well, the store I went to was trash. Do you sell through Amazon Canada, Mexico, Europe? Is it worth it? Yes. So I do sell through Canada and Mexico. So I can't remember the name of the program. It's called the NAFA program, something like that, where your US listings, whatever's eligible to be sold in Canada and Mexico, automatically go to Mexico and Canada. And, you know, a lot of times people make fun of me. I know who you are. I see you out there who are like, oh, why'd you buy those Xbox controllers or those chargers? You don't make much here. Well, fair enough. But you're looking in the US market at the time. And, you know, 4 weeks ago, when Walmart had that banger clearance, they were crushing it in Mexico. And I was getting my price in Mexico. You know, I didn't let my minimums fall. And I sold almost all those Xbox accessories in Mexico. Now, I think it's called NAFTA. Thank you. I was saying NAFA. NAFTA. Yes. And I think is it the North American Fair Trade Agreement or something like that? But I don't think it's NAFTA. I think NAFTA is like the US government version, right? There's an acronym that Amazon uses. It's called like Reezy Resells had a video on it. And me and him talked via DM, and he was telling me a little bit about it. So I signed up for it. I don't know if I can link his video to show you guys exactly what it was. But there's no additional charge for it. And it's really friggin' cool. I'll see if I can find it. Let's see. Books is why I signed up for Amazon to sell back my textbooks. Yeah, Jamie. So textbooks, winner, chicken dinner, right? Textbooks all day. That's great. Do you know if you are allowed to put a thank you card in your items when selling FBM? I don't see why not. I've received items with business cards, thanking me and all that stuff. Now, I'm not sure what the cut and dry or Amazon answer is, but I've gotten stuff with personalized items, Do I have an affiliate for Channel Max? It's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But I appreciate wanting to support. Let's see. So let me see if I can find it. It's called NAF, N-A-F, is it N-A-F-A? Oh, man. Let me see if I can find it on Reezy's channel. Super short video, and I could be like way off with it, but it was super helpful, and it's called, hold on, blah, 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 blah. NARF. That's what it's called. Let me see if I can link this I'll see if I can link it in the chat if you guys are interested. It's called NARF. I knew I was close. So I just put the link in the description for Reezy's video on NARF, and that's going to show you how to link your account to sell in Mexico and Canada automatically. So you still send your products to the US warehouses. Understand? You don't do anything different. The only difference is that people in Mexico and in Canada can buy your product. Very good video. The video is only 7 minutes and 47 seconds. Shout out to Reezy for bringing that to light. Let's see. E-Loyal says, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. Couple of thrifters. So when you're sourcing, do you check going prices in Mexico or Canada? No. I'll tell you this. So with those Xbox, I could. All right, I could. And I could just sell certain products in Mexico and Canada if I wanted to. What I do is, excuse me. For instance, I'll use those Xbox chargers and controllers again. So at the time of sourcing, they were profitable in the US. And then everybody got on board because it was Walmart national clearance, right? The prices tanked, but I set my minimum, so my price never dipped below. And then all of a sudden, I started selling them at my price in Mexico. Some in Canada, but mostly Mexico. And then I'm like, I'm looking at all my inventory now, and I'm like, oh wow, Mexico's buying all the product. So that's how that happened. Now you can switch in your app. You can switch to Mexico and Canada and source products and see what it's going. If you want to, if say you scan something in the US, it looks like it's a little profitable, but you want to see Mexico and Canada, you can switch that right on your phone. Scan the item, and then it'll come up and tell you what you can make. However, it is going to come up in the currency of the country. So it's going to come up in Mexican pesos. It's going to come up in Canadian dollars. So what I would advise is if you're going to do that, make sure you have Google up and you have a currency converter. That way you can just, you know how much in dollars that's going to sell for and if it's worth it for you to sell that in those markets. Or if you just send it to US, hold your price. And if you are on the NARF if you're on the NARF program, then you'll sell it there anyways. Now, not all products are eligible for Mexico and Canada resale. So just understand that. Not all your US products are going to be able to be sold in those countries. So you have to do your research so that way you know what can be sold. 42 people in the live. Thank you for being here. Much love, much appreciated. Please smash that like button so you can tell everybody else that you're enjoying the hustle, that you're a hustleaholic. And we're doing a casual hangout on this Friday night. I appreciate everyone being here. I can't even talk being here. I don't know what that was, but after this, I'm heading right out to Marshall's. And I want to pick up a ton more Under Armour. Under Armour's on fire right now. They got hoodies, long sleeves on clearance at $10, $12 that are selling for $35, $50. I've been buying $20 Tommy Hilfiger, what are those called? The halfway zip ups, selling them for $80. It's crazy right now. Clothing seems to be the way at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, so that's what I'm picking up there. Let's see. When you become ungated in toys, does that mean you can sell any toy brand? I wish. Or do I need to be ungated in each brand individually? So, when you are ungated in toys, you will be able to sell what Amazon tells you you could sell in toys. Chances are you're still going to be gated in brands like Hasbro, Mattel, Sesame Street, Disney, Nickelodeon, DC, Marvel, blah, 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 right? Chances are you're going to be able to have to get ungated in those brands. And a lot of those brands, if you don't have invoices, are going to take some time. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time. You're going to have to show sales velocity. Amazon has to trust you over time. So while you won't be ungated in a lot of toys, when you can sell in toys, it's important to stay focused and not worry about what you can't sell. You got to worry about what you can sell. I know it sucks. Sometimes you just got to swallow it down and move on. You will be able to sell brands, and I would advise you at least 2 or 3 times a week. You know what I was doing? I was going in. I had a list of brands on a paper. I would type in that brand on the computer or on my phone, and then I would search for whatever required approval, and I would try to be auto-ungated 2 or 3 times a week. You could do this unlimited. And then a lot of times I'd be surprised. I'd be like, oh, I can sell that now. Oh, I can sell that now. Because Amazon's not going to tell you when you can sell certain brands. You have to do it. So if you have to do it 2, 3, 4 times a week, you could do it 4 times a day if you want. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but at least twice a week, go in and see what you can be ungated in. Go into the top sellers of the toys. Because usually the top sellers in the toys are usually restricted items that you need approval for. Go in and just look at every single product and just apply. Boom, request. Okay, they want an invoice. Next. Okay, this one. Okay, they need an invoice. Next. Oh, okay, I was ungated in that. Next. You're just gonna keep doing it. You're gonna be consistent. Let's see. RJ Slotwood says, thumbs up and subscribe. Yes, thank you so much. Logan, 42 people so far, at least 42 likes. Smash that like button. Appreciate everybody with the support. Big love. What are a few tips you have for growing faster? So growing faster in what? Amazon or growing faster YouTube? Where we growing? Get it? Where we growing? Instead of where we going? No? Dad joke? Bad joke? Sorry. Both. But I was thinking Amazon. Yeah, so Amazon, the way you're gonna grow is you just have to focus on what you can sell. And you have to sell a lot of it. You have to get out there and you have to scan everything. I can't tell you how many times I get DMs from people saying, I went to a Walmart today, I didn't find much, and then I went to a Target later on that day, and, I found only 2 items. And I'm like, well, where else did you go? Oh, well, that was it. I just went to Walmart in the morning, and then I went to Target after lunch. I said, well, that's why you're not getting anything. Well, what do you suggest? 10 Walmarts, 5 Targets every day. Map it out. Drive an hour and a half away. Drive 2 hours away. Map it out. Go to your furthest destination first thing in the morning. If Walmart's opening up at 7, leave your house at 5. Drive 2 hours. I'm being dead ass serious. Drive 2 hours away. Start at the furthest one. And on your list, you want to hit this one and allocate 30 to 45 minutes per Walmart and work your way back. Hit this one, hit this one, hit this one, hit this one, and now you're close to home, right? And do that every day for a week. Just go in every direction. I'm being so serious, man. I can't tell you. Like I've driven almost 2 hours into Connecticut to go to certain Walmarts and work my way back. And sometimes it's aggravating. Sometimes it's aggravating because I only have like 10 items because I've gotten duds. But I wouldn't have gotten anything if I didn't go. So to grow fast on Amazon or to grow, you have to be consistent. You have to sacrifice and dedicate your time to the hustle. You have to. You cannot go to 1 or 2 stores a day. It's not going to fly. If you want to make side money, maybe you want to make a couple $100, go to a couple stores a day, no problem. A lot of people don't want to make this their main business. Some people want to make this a side income, a side hustle, right? Maybe you just want enough. Maybe you love the career you're in. Maybe you don't want to go into business for yourself. Maybe you love what you do and this is just good money to help pay off the bills, to maybe help you save more money, whatever it is. But you got to commit. You have to put in the hustle. That's the one main thing that people aren't doing. They're not putting in the time, not putting it in. So be consistent, put in the time, grind, scan everything. I've scanned the stupidest things from crafts to like fabric, like yards of fabric I've sold at one point. Like I've literally scanned everything. Sometimes I'm just curious. I'll go to the automotive section. I'll go to the paint section. I'll go to the clearance section. I'll go everywhere. The shampoo section. You know what I'm saying? Got to scan everything and you got to dedicate and sacrifice your time to the hustle. Let's see. Oh, and on YouTube, it's all about consistency. You got to be consistent. You have to post a video at least every other day. You gotta focus on. If you can only do 1 video a week, that's okay. It's a start. But then you have to start committing a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, to the point where now I'm doing 3 lives a week, and I'm trying to send out about 3 video uploads a week. It's tough. It's hard. But I love doing it. I really do. I love doing it. So YouTube is definitely a consistent game and definitely promoting and definitely sticking with a topic or a niche that you love. Make sure when you do it, you love it. Let's see. Clear the shelf gang. Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag clear the shelf gang. That's what we do. When are you going to man up and triple card? Triple card? My God. I know. I want a triple card. But a lot of times I'm filming and everybody keeps telling me to take the seat belts and interlock them and like have a train. And you know what? Maybe one day I'll do that. But I just find it easier a lot of times to just check out, come back in. You know what I mean? Preference, I guess. But I'll have to film a triple card gang video one day. Zio Route Planner app, it's free. Yep, good suggestion, Rich. Felipe Gonzalez, LOL, triple crack. All the recent locations on my GPS are Walmart, Target, Ross, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx. Yeah, I wish I had a Ross around me. The closest Ross to me is 4 hours away, and I think I'm going to go there one day. I'm just going to pick up, and I'm going to go. Check it out. And watch me drive 4 hours. I have to go to like 3 Rosses. I can't just go to one. Empty days happen. Yep, it's true. Empty days. You could go to 10 places and come out with a bag of beef jerky. That's it. You know what I mean? You know, it's sometimes towards the end of the day, and this, when I first started, one of the biggest mistakes I made was that I was trying to force it. So I'd go out to 5, 6, 7 stores. By the 8th store, I'd be like, I gotta buy something. I can't leave empty-handed. And I'd like shrink my margin. Oh, okay, I'm gonna make $1 on that. It's okay. It'll sell, but it was really trash. And I made the mistake on pulling the trigger instead of just coming back and saying, nope, tomorrow's another day. We'll regroup, go to different stores, figure it out. Online, I got orders that I'm ordering for wholesale. Like, you know, don't feel forced into buying something if it doesn't make sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Who knows that? Who knows where that's from? Let's see. Queen Cleopatra says, hi, Richie. Met you in Buffalo Pickers chat. How are you? Hey, Queen Cleopatra. How you doing? Buffalo Picker. That guy, man. That guy's a grinder. That guy's a grinder, man. Big respect to Buffalo Picker. I'm doing very well. I'm hoping to catch a little bit of his live that's coming up tonight. I believe at 7:30. I might be out grinding at Marshall's by then, but I know he has a live tonight. So how are you doing? Let's see. Logan says, for sure, Rich, I have 5 routes set up. Yep. Basically every store. Exactly. That's what we got to do, you know? How do you deal with oversized items? Do you send them all to the same FC? So it depends. Oversized item, for instance, like if I have chandeliers, which is like an oversized item, or I'm trying to think what else was oversized. I typically don't like to send oversized items. And if I do, it's usually merchant fulfilled. Like when I sold those chandeliers, I bought them for $35. They were like, you know, this big box. I put the label right on the box and shipped it. Merchant fulfilled. We're going to put a box in a box. Sometimes the Nerf gun sets can be oversized. And for those, I'll make like Franken boxes, and I'll cut out the boxes and try to wrap them all in to try to make sure I get those out. I have been dinged. I will tell you this. I've sent out boxes with these specifics on them. They were 24 to 26 inches long, 14 inches wide, 12 inches tall, and I got dinged by Amazon, $25 a piece. I sent them 5. They feed me $125 because they said the item was oversized and I got dinged. I've been pretty safe with my 22 by 18 by 18 size boxes. I haven't had any trouble with those, and I haven't had any trouble when I wrap up like 2 Nerf gun sets, and maybe it's 24 inches, but it's only like, you know, 6 or 8 inches tall and maybe 12 inches wide. I haven't been dinged for that. But anything like 24 to 26, there's information on the Amazon website about dimensions. To tell you the truth, I haven't looked at it. I probably should. But I got dinged fees for sending oversized boxes. So just pay attention that you're not getting dinged. Let's see. We have a lot more people in here. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Hustle Day. Friday is the start of the hustle weekend, at least for me. I appreciate everybody being here. We're probably going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. If you get some questions, I'm going to try to get to it down in the chat. And if you're just joining, smash that like button so everybody knows you're a hustleaholic. I appreciate everybody being here, spending this hour with me for this time. Thank you. Let's continue with the questions. Do you find good products at Dollar General? Absolutely not. I went there once, made a video. Not for me. Are there deals at General? Yes. Do I have time for those deals? No. Should I make time for those deals? I don't know. There's a girl I watch sometimes. I think her name is Krista coupons or something like that. You want to talk about like Dollar General craziness? She crushes it. Like we're talking like getting things for free, getting things for like penny items at Dollar General. It's just not for me. But there is money to be made there. I think 3 uploads a week is going to be my YouTube goal. Yes, that is a phenomenal start. You could do 3 times a day. That is excellent. 2 times a day is good too. 3 times a day is amazing. Ross is worth it. More toys. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to check it out. How easy is Channel Max? It looks similar to BQOOL. It's a little bit more programmy, but the basics are there. You know, your mins, your max, your price. You can set rules, all that type of stuff. So it's definitely pretty good. I don't mind it. I have to dive more into it though a little bit. Yeah, he was always on the grind. Yes, he is. I've done that. You striking out. I'm great. Glad I caught you live. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Let's see. I know you source daily, but as a part-time smaller seller on Amazon, should I wait for a big batch of things to send in or smaller steady stream of FBA shipments? I always recommend waiting until you have at least 50-pound, not even 50, like 40-pound boxes. Because the way Amazon does it is Amazon charges you shipping by the weight. You know, not in the way you calculate per item, what each item is going to cost by weight. You have to do your math, how many items are in the box by the weight, and then you divide that by how many items, and that's your cost per item to factor into your profit that you're going to be taking. You know, if they're light items, I don't know. I'd like to say, you know, I would wait until you have at least can fill up a couple medium boxes. You know, you want to make sure you get the most for your shipment because it could get expensive. Let's see. So there's eBay Addict says, how you doing, Richie Hustles? Send your message on Instagram. I hope you have a good weekend. Yes, hope you have a good weekend as well. I will check that out, and I will let you know a time we can connect tomorrow or for tomorrow. Would you be interested in ever doing a partner thing? I walked away from 10 plus tick almost a price of $14.99. I can't sell them on Amazon. I'm not ready to pull the trigger to pull up on Mercari. Maybe. I just sent 22 by 18 by 15. Sharice, you should be all right. Those dimensions should be fine. Where Black Friday deals in your area? So Walmart has been having Black Friday deals every Saturday at 5 in the morning. They've been kind of trickling it down. Target been falling behind. I don't know what's going on with Target. But a lot of things have just been online. Tactical Z, I enjoy watching all your videos. Keep the great work. Thank you so much, Tactical Z. Appreciate you being here. Been waiting for Funko proof for I mean, listen, it took me almost 2 months to get approved for DVD. Yeah. How am I able to bid on this channel? Question 2. I have a box of old baseball cards. How do I find if they're worth any money? So I go to the Beckett website. Beckett has a price guide that you can pay monthly. I pay a small fee for 30 days worth of pricing, and I've been going through my baseball cards, and then you have to do a small month. They have it set up per sport, so like you sign up for baseball, and that's separate from like basketball. You know, you have to do separate for basketball. It's all a racket. It's all friggin' business. Let's see. Did you address individual versus business tax IDs? I have registered as myself DBA in each state. So I have an LLC, and I also have a sole prop. My LLC is based out of Delaware for tax filing purposes. It doesn't matter once you have your business. It's just where you file out of. I'm not a tax expert, so you know as far as tax information and stuff, I don't know. Seekonk, yes, I was in Seekonk. I did that whole strip there. I did the Target, the TJ Maxx, the Home Goods, the Walmart. Let's see, I don't do Amazon, just eBay and Mercari, but you constantly inspire me. Thanks. Thank you, Tammy. I love Amazon. I don't do eBay, but I do Mercari, and I love Amazon. I love the volume that I'm able to do on that. So definitely look into Amazon as well. I'm sure you're crushing it on eBay and Mercari. All right. Let's see. What is the this? I'm going to take this last question. Fuwei says, "What is the process after you buy the products?" So, the process is when you're home, de-stickering. So it's taking my Scotty peeler, taking off the stickers off the products, and then on the computer, you want to gather your products. So you're selecting what products you want to send to Amazon FBA. And then after that, you want to make sure that you're selecting your who do you want to prep your items, whether you do it yourself or whether you want Amazon to do it, or and then after that, it's gonna break up your shipments. You're either into different shipments, and you can see what items are gonna be in each shipment package. So then when you have your shipments, you're going to click each shipment and work on them one at a time. And it's going to tell you what items to put into the boxes, and then you're going to weigh it, and then they're going to tell you how much they're going to charge. You print out a label, put it on the box, boom, done. Next box. You just do that over and over. So, guys, I'm going to head out to Marshall's. I really appreciate everyone being here on this Friday night. I have Saturday and Sunday, we have live hustles coming up. Tomorrow we're going to be in Walmart, and they have a lot of good deals, I think, going up in the morning as we get closer to the actual Black Friday. So, appreciate you all being here. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and I will catch you all on the next hustle. Peace out, guys.